Good afternoon. My name is Kendra Pack, and I am a vice president with United Credit Education Services. And I've been with the company for a little over 7 years, and I have to say that this company has truly been a blessing to me. And I am super excited to introduce our presenter this afternoon. I mean, this gentleman is a public speaker, an author. He's a top producer in the real estate arena. He's an investor and much more. He's been with the company for a little bit over 7 years as well. And he has truly excelled in this company. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our very own Executive Vice President, Mr. Anthony Camilleri. Mr. Camilleri, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, I guess, now in some places. So I appreciate that, Ms. Vice President Kendra Pack. VP Kendra Pack has done tremendous things. She's actually been along with me for almost 7.5 years with our company, helping people across America fix their credit. And she's very humble because she's done a lot of great things, doing over $100,000 a month, which is $1.2 million a year in business. And she's in the R&R Club, actually one of the original members of the R&R Club and the Six-Figure Club. So has won tremendous amount of leadership awards and production awards and helping her team. So super excited and appreciate you introducing me this morning. And guys, we're going to get right into it. I super excited again to supply this information. I know many of you are on here you may be looking to figure out how I can improve my credit, or maybe you're a real estate agent looking to get more clients approved. And that's my story. You know, I was not looking for an opportunity or looking for a service, but I joined this company back in 2012 as a real estate agent to help more clients get qualified to purchase homes. So if you're that person looking to buy a home after this, this thing is slowing down with the coronavirus, again, I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. All right, guys, so we're talking about United Credit Education Services. It's a company that you can rely on. We were founded in 2004, so almost 16 years. We have a unique array of products and services to help you with your finances. We're debt-free, and we have the same executives since the company's inception. Now, why is what we're talking about more important than ever before? Why? Because credit is so important to everything that you do. And it's super important to be involved with a company that's going to help you get your finances in order. The single biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well you manage your money. It's simply this: master money, you have to manage. To master money, you have to manage money. Now, here's the thing, guys. We were not taught this in school, right? And I love this quote. This is by Robert Kiyosaki. We weren't taught financial literacy in school. It takes a lot of time to change your thinking to become financially literate. The great thing is, if you look at the name of our companies, they both have education in the name. And we're going to talk about that today. And we're definitely going to give you some great education this afternoon. Now, 5 shocking facts that you didn't know about your finances. This is incredible. This statistic is unbelievable. Over $1 trillion in credit card debt. That was a number that I first heard when it talked about the national debt of the United States of America. Now we're looking at individuals having that debt personally. And this was as of last year. And we all know that a lot of people are having to live off their credit cards now to get through this time period. So that's going to increase that number. Now, 56% of people do not have money for a rainy day. Now, as all of you know, we are in what would be called as a rainy day right now, right? And so, but even aside from this situation, you should always have 3 to 6 months of your income sitting in an account. And there's a lot of reasons why that doesn't happen. And we're going to try to solve those here today, or at least give you the solutions to do that, because you want to be prepared in case, because aside from this epidemic and pandemic that's going on worldwide, you have things that happen in your own personal world that can prevent you from creating income. And we want to talk about that today. 46% of baby boomers have saved less than $10,000 for their retirement. What does that mean? Well, what that means is that people aren't retiring. Many people aren't retiring because they have to keep working to put food on the table, to pay rent, or they're relying on friends, family, and government. The reason is they did not have that education. If you know better, you do better. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about those things and try to put you in a position to have that money for retirement. And if you're in the retirement age, we can show you a way that you can create income so that you can still enjoy years of retirement. Now, 40% of millennials have spent money on things, on things they didn't have to impress their friends, right? Basically, guys, I smile at this because, it's funny. It's not just millennials. I don't know how we just targeted them, but I'll tell you, people at all ages do this. Keeping up with the Joneses is what they call it. And that's not a smart way to live, right? And I think now when we're basically been stopped from our consumerism, unless you're shopping on Amazon all day, this is a time to really regroup and realize what's important. And that's what we're going to talk about today, and being smart with your finances. Now, listen to this stat. This is one of our last stats we're going to go over. 43 million people, Americans, I should say, have a credit score of 599 or less. That is terrible credit. That is credit that will prevent you from getting the things that you want to get. Or at least it's going to cost you thousands and tens of thousands of dollars extra in interest. And so we're going to talk to you about solving that problem. Now, poor credit can fill people with these emotions, and this is very real. You may be sitting here going, man, I'm looking for a solution. I first want to applaud you for getting on here to look at a solution, because you might be filled with embarrassment, anxiety, frustration, fear, and confusion. It can be paralyzing to have bad credit. I've run across so many people, and they get to a moment where they even see, man, I need to fix this, but then they put their head back in the sand, and they just want to ignore it, right? Your credit score, you can ignore your credit score, but your credit score will not ignore you. And we're going to talk about that as well. Now, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens to great people all the time. Things happen. We understand that, right? Divorce, sickness, accidents, job loss. I mean, you may have to take care of an elderly family member or a sick family member and be away from work. That's life. It happens to everyone. If it hasn't happened to you, be ready, because it comes to everyone. And so we want to get you in a position to be feeling confident, excited, and abundant, because that's the difference. Having good credit will leave you with these feelings. How would you feel knowing you had a 750, 850 credit score, and you could walk into a dealership and they would literally run your credit and tell you to walk around the lot, pick out your car, come sign documents with no money down, and walk out within probably 45 minutes, versus having a 500 credit score and being there all day where they run your credit to a million different lenders, trying to figure out the financing, how to get you into a late model car. Guys, there's a major difference. Credit is power, and we want you to feel that, because that will open up possibilities and create the lifestyle that you desire. Now, good credit makes it easier to get houses, cars, low interest rates, higher limits, right? In this situation, imagine you have great credit and we go into a situation like this where your income slows down. You actually could increase your credit limit and now be able to sustain yourself for this period if you weren't able to have that income set aside. Also, having contracts without security deposits. How about not having to put down a deposit to get your utilities or your cable bill? I've seen people pay $500 just to get cable as a deposit. Guys, if you have good credit, there's none of that. It saves you tons of money, and your money is power as well, and you can use that to make yourself other money. Now, some people might be saying, yeah, well, I got a car with my credit of 500, how about this? You're paying $200, $300, $400 more every month for that automobile. If you had good credit, you could go back and refinance, and you could save yourself that kind of money. The same with the home, right? So let's get you prepared to be in a position of power, because that's what our company, UCES, we help families to basically get ahead financially, organize, build, and protect your financial future. What we're going to be talking about right now is the product and service that's going to help you to get ahead. So pay attention to what these products are, because you may never have heard of them, or maybe you have and didn't know how they could help you. We have an award-winning protection plan that has 12 life-changing products and services. I'm going to go through these, but I'm not going to go into a lot of depth in all of them. Again, please get with the person that invited you to explain these more and how they actually work. But let's talk about this. You may be saying, Tony, listen, how can I fix my credit? I have repos. I have an eviction. I have late payments, collections, bankruptcy. Whatever you have on your credit report, student loans, we have the ability to dispute those. There is a law called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You see on the left, Credit Restoration. We are a nonprofit organization which allows us to charge money up front legally, right? Most people out there are not doing credit repair legally, and they just get away with it because there's not the credit repair police, right? But it is a law. And so what we do is we challenge inaccurate, obsolete, and erroneous items that are on your credit report. And here's the thing. You may say, Tony, well, listen, the bankruptcy was mine. The student loans are mine. The late payment was mine. That's okay, because here's the thing. 80% of credit reports have errors on them, which means that there could be an error in the date, the amount, anything that has to do with that. We can dispute it and possibly get it removed from your credit report. It will be gone forever, okay? And so we want to definitely dispute those. Anything that's on your credit report, we do it all at one time. This separates us from our competition because they do a few items at a time and they don't do all three credit bureaus. So super important. This is a way for us to clean your slate, give you that second chance. And guys, I've talked to people that have run into other credit repair companies. We're going to talk about that later, that have been scammed because they're not legitimate. This is one point I want to make sure is you understand. You want to deal with a reputable company that has a history and they have protections in place for you. So we're going to teach you how to build credit. We're going to monitor your credit through Smart Credit, which is an amazing credit monitoring service to help you with all areas. This is the most robust system that we have for credit monitoring. It'll help you budget. It'll help you monitor your payments and give you alerts on everything having to do with your credit. We also have a credit attorney. There are some things that happen that are outside of the realm of our service, and that's where the attorney steps in. So the attorney is an addition to our service, right? So if you're in our program, the attorney is going to be reviewing your file to see if there's something that they can dispute, and they can go at the bureaus and actually get you a financial reward, right? And also they can stop debt collectors from coming after you if they're not following the law. Now we're going to go into how your credit score is calculated. Many of you may not be aware of this. This is like a pie chart, but we're showing it here, different percentages that equals 100%. Of course, 35% of your credit report is your payment history. When I say of course, paying your bills on time is what's super important, right? That's the biggest chunk of your credit report. You have to pay your bills on time. Try your best to never make a late payment. Now, capacity and amount owed. This is one that a lot of people are not aware of. This means that if you have a $1,000 credit card, you should not ever let that go above $300, right? And the reason is because they want to see that you can handle credit and you are not using too much of your credit. So this is a goal. If you are sitting here right now and you've got a $1,000 credit card that's got an $800 balance, your goal is to get that below 50%. You will get a little bit of an increase there, and then definitely below 30%, you will see a jump in your score. So this is a tip you can use to start boosting your credit today, right? And so you want to keep all of your credit cards below 30% as well as individually, and then all of it together you want to keep below 30%, obviously. Now, 15% is length of credit. Biggest mistake I see people make when they're looking to go buy a home or get financing is they start closing credit cards that they've had for many years. You don't want to do that because that's erasing history. You do not want to erase credit history. So please keep those open until you got the financing that you need. And then when you're in a position you're not looking for that, you can go ahead and close those accounts if you're just not using them. 10% is new credit. You don't want to be running your credit too often. And then the other 10% is the types of credit used. What does that mean? Well, you want to have credit cards, which is revolving. You pay it down, you charge it, you pay it down. And an auto loan or a home, those are installment loans where it's a certain amount, right? $40,000 vehicle has an amount, you pay that in installment payments. Now, organizing your financial future. I told you that we were going to be helping you to fix your credit, clean up that credit report, monitor your credit, but then also help you with your future. And we do that through budgeting. Super important to budget your money. You want to know what your net worth is. You're saying, Tony, I don't have a net worth. Well, you know what? You've got to have the roadmap to know where to get so you can leave a legacy for your family. We're going to give you the tools you need to do that. The YFL Family Mint, this is a great nonprofit. We are a nonprofit, as I mentioned, and we go into the schools across America and give money to help educate them so they don't make the same mistakes that we made. And then there's a debt payoff system. The debt payoff system, this is super important. You want to pay down your debt. Imagine you have all these payments that you're making, right? What if you got rid of that debt and now that the money that was going towards your payments would go towards your retirement or towards investments? That's what we want to do. Our program will show you how to pay that off in less than half the time in many cases. Now, here are some other services, again, protecting your financial future. We want to protect your identity. Every 2 seconds, an identity is stolen. You want to have a will, trust, and power of attorney. Why is that? Because you do not want the state to get, probate court to get 30 to 35% of your money and your assets. So you want to protect yourself. If you have a will, it's not enough. Again, ask the person that invited you to this call about this because this is really, really important and we need to go into depth on that if you do not have a trust. Financial Lockbox is a great tool to be able to make sure that if anything were to happen to you, your loved ones could find your information. You don't want them grieving and then having to dig through all your stuff. 33% of insurance policies go unclaimed every single year. That's lost money. Don't do that to your family. And then savings goals. If you have a savings goal, we have a tool to help you stay on track with that as well. Now, we have a program here. How many of you guys, if you like saving money and it's easy to save money, put a 1 in the box right now. I want to see how many of you guys actually love saving money. I'm hoping that every single one of you does, because I do. That's the best way to do it. You know, when you read about millionaires, you know what's funny? They are the ones, typically, the typical millionaire does not spend a lot of money. They try to find ways to save money. And so here's an app. Very simple. Download it to your phone. You shop at any of these retailers. You literally go at the counter. They tell you the amount. You plug it into your app. It charges your credit card, and it creates a gift card and puts money back on your phone. My phone is sitting right now with almost $200 that I could use just by doing the same thing you guys are doing. I just type it into my app instead of pulling out my credit card directly. Now, we have a roadmap. I'm not going to go through this in much detail, but I want you to know we have a plan for you. Imagine you can join a company in a service that will help you with a roadmap to clean your credit, build history, and protect your family. That's what this does. We start by fixing your credit. Then we talk to you about building positive credit history with secured credit cards and your rent. And then we go ahead and work on outstanding debts and negotiating, helping you to build your financial future. Now, keep track of everything with our app. Here's the great thing. You join our company. We have an app free. You download it, and now the company will stay in touch with you, give you reminders, give you tips on things that you should be doing to help yourself move forward. It keeps things very simple. Now, this part right here, I love this, because as being in this company almost 8 years, I was unaware of what credit repair entailed before I joined. And I've learned since that people are charging thousands of dollars. Just this past week, I run into 2 people that were charged $2,000 up front, and their credit scores did not increase because the people were not doing it legitimately. They took their money, and this happens. Guys, unbelievable. For only $188, we can get you started on this financial path to do all those things that we talked about, and $89 a month is your monthly subscription. And you can see we are not locking you into any contracts. It is no subscription, no contract. Or no commitment, I'm sorry. So for $188, there are other companies out there you will find that charge $100 to $150 a month, but they don't dispute everything all at once. And as I mentioned earlier, we dispute everything for all 3 credit bureaus, getting you the fastest, most efficient result in the industry. Now, here's something exciting. I hope a lot of you put 1s in there for saving money, but how many of you would like to get things for free? Well, we're going to show you, basically, it's very simple. We have a customer referral program. You refer 5 people to our program. You get these services that I just talked to you about for free. So what that means, you have to enroll, you pay the $188, and then if you get 5 people enrolled in the program, referred over, then you will not have your $89 payment. And they don't have to all be at the same time. So you refer 1 this month, maybe 2 or 3 the next month. Whenever you hit 5, they don't charge you the following month. Now, you are partnering with a company that gives back. This is super important, I feel. What a great feeling to know you are helping yourself and your family, but also you are giving back to the youth of America to make sure they don't make the same mistakes. And $2 from every protection plan goes to fund that. We go into the schools, and we also give away scholarship money for kids to go to college. Over $1 million so far, and I'm so proud to be associated with this company. $400,000 was given just 2 months ago for kids to go to college. And not only do we give them money, we put them through a program. So now they are so much further ahead than everybody else they're in school with, because they now have that information. I'm going to wrap up here with just a couple of testimonials. You can see here, I love Roderick at the bottom. Remember I say you could save money on auto loans. You could save $200-300 a month. Well, this gentleman, you can see, saved because he had a high interest rate on his mortgage, saved $750 a month on his payment. This is just phenomenal, but there are so many different stories. We could go on and on. Please get with the person that invited you, because they can give you even more. And you can see Jared on the right from New Jersey, his credit score went up 150 points within 6 weeks. So take control of your financial future for less than $3 a day. Let's get you started. Imagine the feeling of knowing you have the power of positive credit for less than a cup of coffee every single day. We all spend money. Remember I mentioned budgeting. Get on that budgeting tool. Your situation is determined by the choices that you make. You can change things today by just getting enrolled. Get yourself on the road to that financial freedom, power of credit. Get with the person who invited you. That wraps up our segment today on credit, and I'm super excited that you guys all were able to join us. Now, we're going to move on, and I'm going to talk to you about our opportunity to actually create income. Now, I don't know if many of you guys out here saying, listen, I want to get my services for free. That's great. You can do that through our customer referral program, but we have the plan to not only get your services for free, but create income, create residual income that you are in control of. And so, it's good to have money and the things that money won't buy, but it's good to check up once in a while, make sure you haven't lost the things that money won't buy. What does that mean? Well, it's a little interesting now with what's happening because we're spending a whole lot of time with our friends, with our family typically. And some are saying, I've had enough, right? I thought I wanted more, but I'm good now for a little bit. But the truth is we all want more time with the people that we care about. And the issue is we're always trying to work and make money. Well, what if we could show you a program where you could have the time and money, right? You want time freedom. And that's what we're going to talk about, a short-term sacrifice to invest in yourself in a business to where you could buy back your time. And so FES does provide its agents a business and gives you all the tools. So what we're talking about is corporate America meeting entrepreneurship. What does that mean? Corporate America does come with a lot of great benefits as long as they stay around and they keep you hired, right? But entrepreneurship offers you freedom and unlimited potential, right? You're not capped by a boss. And so our company, again, same as United Credit, was founded in 2004, strong, debt-free company. Now, this statistic is amazing. 16.5 million Americans are making additional income with the gig economy. And you are going to see that number triple and quadruple in the coming years. Why? Because people are realizing that jobs are not secure, right? I mean, I've known so many people that have been laid off even before this pandemic, right? Because companies are always looking for ways to cut back their expenses. And now we are going to be in a world that will never be the same. There are going to be more layoffs after this because of what's going on than ever before. You want to be in position. That's the point. You need to take control, and you can do that, and you can do it with the support. Why will this work for you? Well, because you will be your own boss. You'll make your own hours, build your team, work from anywhere. One of our associates, I love it. We always talk about work from home, work from home. Yes, that's true. Now we're pretty much stuck at home, but how about work from your phone? You have this everywhere you go. I don't care where you are. You have this, right? Imagine making money with this device right here or your computer. I've been in Jamaica. Wherever I am, I can sit and make calls and sign people up and offer them this opportunity and help them with their credit. You can do this full or part-time. You're helping people reach their financial goals. We have easy tools, and we have agent and customer support to help you. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about money really quick. Linear income means this. This is people that have jobs or businesses where they have to be there all the time. What does linear mean? You're trading time for money. Well, what does that mean? You're limited because you only have so much time. People are like, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work 20 hours a day. That's great. How long can you do that? Even still, you're capped at 20. How about having 100 hours go towards your income every single day? Right? Well, there's a way to do that. It's called residual income by leveraging your time, leveraging a network, leveraging people and helping them all across the country to achieve their financial goals. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And that's the system that we operate off of. Now, traditional marketing has totally changed, right? There were times where companies were spending hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, on brand recognition. And now companies they're moving away from that because where do they spend the money? The eyeballs are all over the place on social media, different news channels, streaming video. They can't possibly figure out where to do that. So 84% of people are buying things based on recommendations. That's the world we live in, and that's our business model. So you can make FES your side hustle by referring people to our protection plan products. Now, I'm going to point to something out here. I'm going to go through on the bottom here. We have a secured credit card. I want to kind of go back to the credit just for a second. If you have bad credit or challenge credit, meaning you can't qualify for a regular credit card or you don't have credit cards, you have to have credit. It is what we say is a necessary evil. I know people say, I don't want them. You have to. And so we have the ability to give you a credit card, secured card, where you can actually build credit, even if you're sitting at a 480 credit score or 520. Talk with the person that invited you so they can explain that process. Then we have a product called Credit My Rent. How many of you out there are renting? Please put a 2 in the box if you're renting. I want to see how many people are out there renting. 40% of Americans are renting, and you know what that means? That means you're paying the biggest bill you have and not getting credit for it. Okay, why? Because the rent does not report to the credit bureaus unless you have a program to help you do that, which is Credit My Rent. Imagine having a 2-year trade line being added to your credit history. If you haven't made a late payment in 2 years, you can put that on there, or you can even go 1 year back, or you can start fresh today. But for 2 years, it's only $145. I know people paying thousands for a trade line. And you can do this right from our product. Get with the person. If you are renting, you need to be on this product because it will raise your credit score and save you so much money. It'll save you money on insurance rates, right? And any of you, I want to give you one last tip before I move on credit, actually, is that if you're sitting here right now with bad credit, I'm not trying to scare you or put any negativity out there, but 65 to 70% of employers are running credit, okay, for employment. What that means is if your job decides to permanently lay you off and you have to get another position, you have to have good credit in many cases. So be prepared, don't wait. And then now you're behind the 8 ball and can't get a job. So please, guys, make sure you understand credit is running everything these days. Now we're going to go into another host of products and services we have. How many of you put a 3 in the box if you'd like to save money on your cell phone? I know many people, I talked to some people the other day with Sprint paying $85 a month for their phone bill. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we have a program, no contract, no commitment, and no credit check and no contract. I'm sorry, $50 a month capped for unlimited text, talk, and data. Guys, where can you get that? That's unbelievable. And as a part of our business, guess what? You sign people up, you are going to get a dollar amount every single month in residual income. Imagine that. Now, we have a travel program. When travel opens back up, obviously that will happen at some point. How would you like to save money? I know many of you like to travel. It's one of my favorite things. We can do that. Now, healthcare to go. My healthcare to go. How would you like today to be able to call a doctor and not have to go to the ER urgent care or see a doctor and put yourself at risk by exposing yourself to obviously people that could potentially have the virus sitting next to you? You can pick up the phone and within 2 hours be talking to a doctor or a nurse practitioner that will give you information and actually be able to prescribe you medicine. So this is amazing, guys. This is where the future is. This is something you want to have. It's only $25 for your entire family. So anyone in your family you can call and get advice and prescriptions for them. Now, what a better way to make a living than making a difference, helping people improve their financial well-being. And you want to know, how does this work? I'm going to go through these numbers. Don't focus too much on how this works because the questions aren't going to all be answered right here. That's a question for the person that invited you. But I'm going to talk to you about a few different ways we make money. We have a total of 6. So imagine this. You sell one of our protection plan memberships for $188. You get a $100 bonus paid the following week. If you sign up today, start your business, you talk to a friend, family, or contact that you have that needs credit repair, you can make $100 next Thursday. The money will be in your account. How would you like to get profitable and turn a profit in less than 1 week? If you sell 3 customers, you'll have made $300. And we're going to talk to you about how that's profitable because that's going to be more than it costs you to get involved with our company. Now, I mentioned residual. What if you can make $12 a month? Every single month, your clients made a payment. Imagine the power of knowing you had 100 customers and $1,200 a month coming into your bank account, whether you did anything or not, because you already sold those customers. And now you are making your mortgage payment or rent payment, or at least most of it, right, at $1,200 and not have to worry. Imagine having 200 customers, $2,400 a month. Most likely you're making your mortgage payment, rent payment, and car payment, right? So this is what the power of our program has. Now, we have another way we get paid. And this is this. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. You are there on the left. You see the agent with top left screen. You enroll another agent, help them get 2 customers, right? 2 protection plan customers. They get the commission if they got the customers, so they made their money. You just invited them into the company, showed them the program. You make $100 by introducing another person to a way to make money. We can show you how to get promoted within your first week. We have many people that are even on this line. Even Vice President Kendra Pack hit this field trainer level her first day. And so what that means is that she now got a raise to $160. It goes all the way up to $560. So what does that mean? As long as you're getting promoted, the same activity. You refer an agent to the company. Kendra Pack, Vice President, gets $500 every time she enrolls an agent and helps them to get 2 customers. So you can see it can become very, very lucrative, and there are overrides on the team members that she helps as well. Now, I mentioned 6 ways we get paid. Here's one more. It's called an infinity bonus. This is the company rewarding you for maintaining a certain business volume. So at the level of Vice President Kendra Pack, she does $100,000 a month, I mentioned to you. So what that means is she gets 1.5% of her business volume that she does every month. And so that's an extra $1,500 a month in a bonus. We wait, many of us that have worked in corporate America wait all year long for December, and we get disappointed every year, most of us, on the bonus that we get, right? It's $50, $100, or maybe it's even $1,000. Some of you get more, I get it, but imagine getting $1,500 a month, or even better, down below, we have gentlemen we're going to introduce to you in a few minutes on our testimonials that are doing $2.5 million a month in their 20s and 30s. their ages, okay? They've only been with our company 2, 3, 4 years, and they're making bonuses in the tens of thousands of dollars a month on top of the other 5 ways they get paid. Now, we have additional rewards. We have a medallion club to help reward you, give you things like leather jackets and briefcases. We get a watch, a Shinola watch. You know, President Obama has a Shinola watch. I remember he actually came into my restaurant in Detroit, and which was next to the Shinola shop after he bought his watch. So a pretty cool story there. Now, the R&R club, we have a system and a program, rewards program, where you can get your car payment made. Imagine this. Having your Mercedes, Cadillac, or Audi paid for by the company. They're going to give you up to $600 a month. Then they're going to give you cash bonuses at the next level and a car allowance of $1,500 a month. You know, I've been blessed enough to have a large team and a great client base to where I've actually achieved $1,500 a month going towards my Cadillac Escalade. It is definitely a great feeling knowing I don't have to make that payment every month. And then there are other cash bonuses up to $50,000, $5,000 a month house payment. I just want you to feel. What do you feel knowing your house payment is made, your car payment is made, and you're still making all the money that we just talked about? Does this happen overnight? Absolutely. I'm not talking to you about a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm talking to you about a legitimate business, just like if I was talking about buying a Jimmy John's franchise or a McDonald's, right? That's what we're talking about. That's what you can achieve by working this business. And how about a lifestyle, sitting on the beach? Right? This is where I was supposed to be last week, but due to the coronavirus, you know, we weren't able to get there. Our company has financial incentives. We actually have a contest that you all can be a part of coming up in just another month and a half, to where we will have an all-inclusive trip paid for by the company, where you will be like these two sitting on the beach enjoying this scene, all paid for by the company. And so that's what's available to you. Now, we have training and tools. As again, I mentioned to you, it's much like a franchise. You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have a turnkey business, much like a franchise. You don't have to do any thinking. We give you a website, back office, live agent customer support. If you're sitting out there saying, Tony, I don't want to do credit repair, this all sounds great, well, let out a gasp of air, because you are okay. We don't do the credit repair. The company does all of the work for you, right? As a matter of fact, you're saying, Tony, I'm super busy. We have people that work full-time jobs, have kids, full-time in ministry, tons of responsibilities, able to build this business. Why? Because if you have a customer, guess who they call? Not you. They call the company. The company takes care of your questions. We have the ability to get paid every week, as I mentioned. We have a life insurance policy. If you've had a pre-existing condition, maybe you're a cancer survivor, you qualify for our life insurance policy up to $100,000, and you won't even pay for it because it's included in our program if you qualify with our production. We give you marketing materials, commissions, we have trainings, we have events, we get together, have a great time. We have a convention every year that's a blast. You get to meet a lot of successful people as well as the owners. And guys, this one right here, tax advantages. If you don't own a business, and we are wrapping up here, if you are a W-2 employee, you don't have a business, you need to start a business. How many of you would like to save $2,000 to $5,000? Put a 5 in the chat box if you would like to just save money by just having a business. Save money. You're going out to eat. You're using internet. You're using a cell phone, using a vehicle, home office, all of those things, travel. All of that could be a write-off. Legitimately, you can take advantage of that by starting a business. And you have the opportunity to help others. Now, you may be shocked by what I'm showing you on the screen, because you should have been thinking it's going to be a whole lot more. For only $288, one-time setup fee, you get to start a franchise-like business with everything you need to make income. I just talked to you about people, and actually I'm going to show you some more facts on them, that make 6 and 7 figures a year now building a business, right, for $288, less than $300 and $89 a month. Now, the power of 5, we talked about this earlier. Refer 5 people. They could be agents or customers. You get the services for free, and you can do all of this using your app. Remember I mentioned work from your phone? You have an app that's free that can run your business. Now, I told you earlier, a couple of gentlemen in their 20s and 30s, I love these guys. They are hardworking. They started from scratch. One of these gentlemen was just working in a job he did not want. He was working hard, not getting where he wanted to go. Ashton Henry. He's been on Steve Harvey's show 4 times talking to you exactly about what I'm talking to you today. So do we have credibility? Well, I don't think Steve Harvey's going to have him on a nationally syndicated show that goes worldwide with a service that's not legitimate. Okay, so there's some due diligence for you right there. And he's also been on multiple TV shows and radio shows talking about how he can help people with our program. Nicola Smith-Jackson, she's making the top of our company, Pinnacle Senior Vice President. She was working in the salon business. Now she's enjoying a lifestyle of freedom because she's helped a lot of people, including these gentlemen, become successful. Alfred Nixon was actually picking up garbage, working at home 5 years ago in Miami. And now he's built his dream home in LA with another condo in South Beach, living with his family. He has a new baby, and he did all this through a FES. Now you hear my story as well. I've been in the real estate business, own restaurants, multiple things that I do, but I've done this because I've created a residual income to where I can go and lay on the beach and know my check keeps coming in because I have a team that we're going to teach you guys how to build. Sabrina Lou, you know, many of you I know may be thinking, I don't know how you were invited to this call, but you may have seen an ad on Instagram just like Sabrina and think, wow, is this a scam? Can't believe it. I'm not sure about this. She joined the company, fixed her credit, went skyrocketing into the 700s. Now she's helped tons of people create financial freedom, get their credit fixed, and help them make money. Bobby Kim, single dad, divorced, working hard at his job, joined FES. Now he lives a lifestyle of freedom. So the question is, what are you? Where are you right now? Are you ready to go? Tony, let's get started. Well, I want you to talk to the person that invited you, get signed up. They will give you all the tools, get you running, and try to get you a check for next Thursday. You know people right now. You know people that are suffering from bad credit or need to make money. You can make a phone call today. It's like having the cure for a disease and not sharing it. Why would you not share this if somebody is silently suffering from bad credit or they need extra income? You have the gift to give them. Why would you not share it with them? It's not your decision. It's not in your power to make the decision for them. Just offer it. So you're ready to go. Let's get you started. You may be saying, I have a few questions. B, that's great. Get with that person. They'll help you with that. Or you like to enjoy the services, which is C. You just want to fix your credit. We can help you do that. And again, help you do that for free. So guys, remember, the secret to getting started or getting ahead is getting started. It sounds so simple, but so many people miss this. They see opportunities and they let them go by. And the things in life that you typically regret are the things that you didn't do, not the things that you did do. I've done a lot of things that have cost me money and things that have happened, but you know what? The only things I regret are the things that I have not tried, right? Keep an open mind. A mind's like a parachute. It works best when it's open. If you're seeing this, talk with the person, talk it through. If you have a concern, don't just hang up and go hide in a corner. That's not the best way. Remember, your credit score will not ignore you, right? You can ignore it. You have to pay attention because this could cost you a lot of money and the potential of actually getting a job. So guys, the best things in life are on the other side of fear. As we wrap up, I know it can be scary to start something new, but remember, you're in business with someone that has an incentive to help you. And the best things in life are on the other side of fear. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something different. Use this time that we have to better yourself. Do something. If it's not this, do something. Read a book, get a certification, take a class. I want to see all of you guys win and come out of this on top. It's been a pleasure. Get with the person that invited you, and you guys all have a great weekend. Take care.